Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, I'm going to talk about how we can create an AI agent turning Reddit posts into newsletter by using DeepSeek V0 and Apify. So basically, this is the workflow that we created for you. And for example, we are going to get the Reddit posts from subreddits like this, and then turn all these posts into a newsletter like this, all summarized, and then the reference links are already here, so we can click this. Okay, these are all the reference, and let me show you a quick demo. First of all, we will go to Apify and we'll search for the actor called Reddit Scrapper Lite, and you can have a free trial for this, and basically it's $4 per 1,000 results. For this demo, we are going to start with 4 URLs: OpenAI, LM Devs, Local Llama, and also Google Gemini AI. And for this newsletter, Google Sheet is empty for now, and after we run the Apify, it will all filled up. And we are going to run the workflow here. We click test workflow. Alright, and then we can go to see Apify. We can see the status is running. Great. It's all scrapped. And let's take a look. Great, it's saving the records on Google Sheet. Let's take a look at the Google Sheet. Great. The relevant Reddit posts are scrapped and inputted into the Google Sheets. Alright, after we have collected the Reddit posts from Apify, we have filtered the posts, see if they are relevant to AI. So for those yes, which are relevant to AI, we are going to run another workflow to convert those Reddit posts into the newsletter. So let's run this. Alright, we have created the newsletter, and then we can go to V0. We use V0 to create our AndyNoCode. As you can see, this is the updated summarized Reddit post newsletter. So we can take a look at this. So we can see the title, introduction, supporting arguments, opposing arguments, personal insights, conclusion, reference as well. All right, so this is a quick demo. Let's dive into the workflows and nodes one by one. All right, so we'll need DeepSeek API for the R1 reasoning model v3. Also, we use V0 to create the blog for the newsletter, and we're going to use Apify to scrap the Reddit posts. So there are mainly 4 workflows. So these are the 4 workflows. The first one is to retrieve data from Reddit. So basically, so we are going to schedule a trigger. Maybe you can use weekly schedule, daily schedule, etc. So we will initiate scrapping, pull the run status to see if the Reddit is the Apify is still running to collect the Reddit posts, and then we fetch the data set, save the records. For the second workflow, which is here, we are going to filter the Reddit posts and see if they are relevant to AI, and we only send those relevant Reddit posts into DeepSeek API for further summarization. For the third workflow, which is to convert Reddit posts into newsletter, again, we are going to use the DeepSeek API to summarize and convert into the newsletter. Last but not least, we're going to send a newsletter using Gmail. All right, so we talked about how we set up a DeepSeek API and how we use V0 to build the front end, basically. We will talk more about that later, but for now, I'm going to talk about how we can set up the credentials of the Apify. First of all, let's take a look here. We will use the query auth. So how we can set up, so we can go to credentials, add credential to project, and search for query auth. So basically this is the one. And then we are going to input token as name. All right. and we go to Apify, settings, API and integrations, and we can just copy this API token and paste it here. So that's how you can set the API Apify query auth. So let's dive into the workflow notes one by one. All right, let's take a look at our execution history for the first workflow, which is to retrieve data from Reddit. First of all, we are going to use Apify. So this Reddit Scraper Lite is the actor that we are using. So we can go to store, Apify store, and search for Apify for Reddit. And then we can choose this Reddit Scraper Lite. And yeah, basically, yeah, we'll start by inputting the URLs that we would like to scrap. For example, OpenAI hot, LLM devs hot, Local Llama, Google Gemini AI hot. Okay, so we enable skip comments, skip user posts, and skip community. For search, we enabled search for posts. We sort with hot search, and we sort search with hot, and then filter by date, which is last week. And we disabled the not safe for work content. And then we're going to tap on the JSON tab, and then we can just copy all this and paste in the first node. All right, so we paste it here, JSON. All right, for the API, we click API endpoint and choose the first one, run actor, and we can just copy and paste it here. All right, so this is the first node. Let's take a look at this. So we use post method, and then we can see the status here is ready. And then for get Apify status, this is the second node. So we can you can just copy and paste the settings here. We use get method here, and this is the URL. For the authentication, we choose generic credential type, and then this is the ID. We can just drag and drop this ID here. All right, this is first of the 6th item is running, because we need to keep checking every single minute to see if the scrapping is done or not. So you can see this loop has been completed 6th time. For the 6th time, you can see the status succeeded, and then it stopped. So this is the if node. So if the status is succeed, it's showing succeeded, and it will stop. If not, it will keep looping, trying to get the Apify status. So every 1 minute we will do it. So we will get the Reddit dataset once it's all succeeded, and then let's take a look. Okay, so we use get method again. So the URL, you can use api.apify.com. Just copy and paste and drag and drop the default data set ID as well. All right, so we can see the default dataset ID. This is the one. So we can just drag and drop this one. All right, so every output is here. It's done. We'll save the records. Basically, connect with your Google Sheets account. Operation, we choose append row, and then map automatically is all right. Okay, so that's it for the first workflow. Before we start talking about the second workflow, I'm going to share the fact that if you would like to get this template, I will share with you how we can get this at the end of this video. So let's start for the second workflow. The second workflow is to filter the Reddit posts, because we need to know which Reddit posts are relevant to AI, because we only input the relevant Reddit posts to summarize as a newsletter. So for this workflow, we're going to filter the relevant Reddit posts. First of all, we use the get filter with this Google Sheet node, and then we check if they are relevant. So we are actually using together AI for using the DeepSeek V3 model, because the official DeepSeek API is quite unstable. So we use together AI for that. So basically the model is DeepSeek V3. Okay, you can just copy and paste this. And then let's take a look at the JSON. So the system content, basically you need to strengthify. The problem is you are a news researcher. Your task is to determine the following content is related to AI news. The news should have sufficient context. If not enough, return false. Return true if relevant, and false if irrelevant. Please don't include any and don't include any explanation. So we provide some example cases. And for user, we just JSON stringify the title and description. All right, we use the if note here because we need to make sure that we only need those relevant news stories for those. If the status is true, we'll process those. Yeah, and then update relevant. So the relevant means yes. Okay. So basically that's the second workflow. All right, so basically this is the third workflow. We're going to convert the Reddit posts into the newsletter. But first of all, I'm going to show you how we use V0 to create a blog with the newsletter first. So basically, as you can see, this is our blog, and this is the newsletter we just created using the NA workflow. Basically, we can start by talking to the V0 and say create a blog newsletter like this one, and then newsletter menu, newsletter content, email content, and then you can just copy and paste this one. This is the UI design. Basically, I will share this chat with the V0 dev with you guys so that you can take a look at how to talk to this V0 and create your own blog. And then we can scroll down, and we need to set up the environment with the Supabase. Basically, we can go to the project settings, and then we can go to the API. You can just copy and paste the relevant API keys to the V0. Okay. And then, yeah, basically, you just need to talk to the AI to create this in the way that you want. For example, the design, you can just talk to it and try and change. I'll share this template with you guys so that you can take it as a reference. All right, so let's take a look at our workflow here. First of all, we schedule a trigger. You can do it on weekly basis or daily basis in the way that you want. And we will get the relevant news using the Sheets, Google Sheets node. Again, connect with your own credentials, and then we need to make sure that we are getting the relevant column with the value yes, because we are only want to get the Reddit posts which are relevant to the AI niche. Because in the last workflow, we have already filtered and updated the relevant column and see which are relevant to the AI news. And if they are relevant, we input yes. All right, for this filter node, we are going to only get the Reddit posts which are relevant to the news, article, and discussion. So we are going to use or here, and we just drag and drop basically this one. And then it's equal to news, article, or discussion. And then we try to aggregate them. Okay, so we can see what we are going to use individual fields for aggregate part. And this is the title, this is the content of the Reddit post, and this is the URL of the Reddit post. Basically, you can see title, HTML, the content, and also the URL. And this one is the row number. All right, you can see. Okay, and then for this one, we are going to use Together AI for the DeepSeek model. Again, Together AI, post method, generic credential type, header off, Together AI. And we are going to use DeepSeek AI v3 here. Okay, let's take a look at the system prompt. We ask this DeepSeek v3 to analyze the following arrays of objects to determine the overarching theme shared across all titles. So basically, this AI will try to analyze the titles and then identify one title that best encapsulates all this theme, and then return 5 most relevant row numbers entries. The row number is very important. We need to identify the row number for later use. I will show you later. So you can change it to 5 or 6 or any numbers in the way that you want. That directly relates to this central topic and return JSON string only. Don't add JSON text and other informative text. Don't add this. All right, and then you can output format as JSON. So this is the for example, title, row number. This is very important. At least 5 relevant row numbers. For user, basically this is the content. As you can see, these are the basically all the data we aggregated here. So you can see the title, the HTML, and also the URL for the Reddit posts. All right. And then we go to the next note. We need to turn the JSON into objects. Okay, so basically you can copy and paste this code. The mode we use run once for all items using JavaScript. And then we use another DeepSeek model. We use R1 this time. Basically, settings above is the same as the previous DeepSeek one. And we are using R1 because we need some more reasoning for this action. Basically, we are going to ask DeepSeek R1 to create a detailed and insightful newsletter that provides a balanced analysis of a specific topic, including both supporting and opposing perspective, and incorporate personal insights to enrich the discussion. Reference at least 5 relevant Reddit posts from diverse communities to ground your analysis in real-world opinions and experience. Ensure that the newsletter is well-structured, engaging, and formatted in Markdown, including following section. So we can take a look at our newsletter first. So this is the main title. This one is another title. So introduction section, supporting arguments, and the great thing is that we can see the Reddit's links here. These are automatically hyperlinked, and it is very smart for DeepSeek to do that automatically. And we can see the link at the bottom left-hand corner. These are the Reddit links for the relevant posts. For example, this one is OpenAI, and then this one is from OpenAI as well. This one is from LLM Devs. Okay, and at the bottom part is the reference links as well. So DeepSeek R1 can help us to identify automatically. For this section, we can reference to which original source of the Reddit post. That's a key feature. And then these are the sections that we just covered. And basically, you can see supported by Reddit references. This is a very key point. And this AI model will do this automatically. And then for the rest of the parts, list the Reddit posts used with links for readers to explore further. All right. And then for this part, basically, this is very important because, for example, the message, the content, the URL, and also the HTML, we need to identify the row number. Yeah, so because at the aggregate part, yeah, you can see the row number here. At the aggregate part, we have 3 columns: the title, and then the HTML, which is the content, and the URL. So for each row number, we will get relevant, for some HTML, for example, the URL, etc., and also the content, the row number map here. All right. And then we go to the next note to create a category, excerpt, and slug. So what is it? Basically, it is here. Yeah, basically this is the category AI, and this is the basically, for example, this is the slug, and this is the excerpt, and then this is the expected reading time. All right. And let's take a look at the prompt. So we are using DeepSeek V3 here. You are tasked with generating an excerpt, category, and slug for a newsletter based on its content. Follow these guidelines: excerpt, category. So we use automation AI tutorial communities for major categories. We ask the AI to choose a relevant one, and we ask the AI to automatically generate a URL-friendly slug. Okay. And then expected reading time, we return a JSON string only. We teach the AI the example input and the example output. And for the content, we just use the message content here. Okay. Remember to JSON stringify everything. All right. After we create a category, excerpt, and slug, we go to we add another code here, this one, and then return JSON into objects. Copy and paste this JavaScript. And last but not least, we create the row in Superbase. Again, we could not deal with Superbase here. Basically, is here. And table editor, newsletter. Okay, so ID, title, content, excerpt, slug, category, reading time, published ad, created ad. All right. So we just map the relevant value to all these points. All right. So for example, the message content. Okay, and then the title, the excerpt, this one, plug. All right. For this convert to article, which is this one, yeah, content. Just drag and drop the relevant one. You can create your own column and then just drag and drop the relevant values that you want. So basically, we have again content, title, excerpt, slug, category, reading time, published ad. Now, okay. Basically, it's the settings for the third workflow, and then the last workflow, which is to send a newsletter automatically. Okay, so for this node, we use get method. Again, we use v0 and the first cell up, and then you can just copy and paste your URL as well. No need any authentication. And for this node, we choose HTML, and we generate HTML template, and then we choose JSON data. Basically, it's the data from the previous node. And then the last node, which is to create an email. We use Gmail account, connect with your email account. And then resources, we choose message, operation, we choose send, and then to specific email. You can choose your own email, your subscribers' email, etc. And then choose your own subject. And then email type, we choose HTML, and then message, we choose the previous nodes, which is the HTML. Okay, and then basically it's all set for all workflow. First of all, we get the data from Reddit, and then we fill the Reddit post, which are relevant to your niche, for example, AI, and then we convert the Reddit posts into newsletter, and then send the newsletter automatically. And we will share this template with you guys in our AndyNoCode AI Agent Academy. And feel free to let us know what you would like to learn more about from us, or what you think about this workflow, and any question as well. So hope to see you in our next video and talk to you in our AndyNoCode community. See you soon.